They were interested in ways to help societies decrease the number of pregnancies. Their approach treated pregnancy as a medical condition, or more simply, as a disease. As a Christian physician, I would tell you that they have terribly misdiagnosed pregnancy. It is not a disease, but a gift. The other problem with their approach was what they ignored. The birth control pill certainly helps some women with gynecologic disorders, but there are dozens of studies that show a link between using the synthetic hormones and the subsequent development of breast cancer. When birth control pills fail, when a woman has a pregnancy that's unwanted, a common American response is to procure an abortion. And again, there are dozens of studies that show a link between abortion and breast cancer. Yet this administration wants to make birth control pills free and is already subsidizing abortion with our tax dollars. If we want to prevent breast cancer, if we're really interested in doing that, we should concentrate on the real causes. Or we can just wear pink and pretend we're doing all we can. The doctors at the Institutes of Medicine analyzed the problem of too many pregnancies and made their suggestions based on statistics. They presumed that there were too many people around and that babies were a burden that we shouldn't have to endure. They crunched the numbers, but they didn't count the cost of the souls that were crunched. The doctors at the Institutes of Medicine began with flawed premises, and they were using a flawed anthropology. Their solution to spay and neuter as many human beings as they can is basically a veterinary fix. I believe we are more than mere animals. As a Christian physician, I believe what Jesus told us about taking care of the least of our brothers. Unborn children are the least of our brothers, and especially our sisters. I believe what the Son of Man told us about welcoming the stranger. And again, the unborn child is the ultimate stranger. I had the privilege of reading ultrasounds for a crisis pregnancy center. What I can tell you about my experiences there is that it's impossible to tell the unwanted babies from the wanted babies. The other thing I can tell you about that is all the babies whose images I see are beautiful. Thomas Jefferson told us the care of human life and happiness, and not their destruction, is the first and only object of good government. As we review the policies of the Obama administration, it occurs to me that crisis pregnancy centers govern better than the current regime. As Mr. Tupi pointed out, unless this mandate is defeated, more intrusive government interference in the matters of health care will follow. This mandate is just the beginning. It is naive to think otherwise. The administration believes they can win this battle against the Catholic Church. What do you say? The famous anthropologist Margaret Mead made the astute observation that the Hippocratic Oath was a huge cultural advance. It allowed the physician to take care of the patient, free from any political pressures to terminate a human life. And it's worth remembering that the oath that was made in the 5th century before Christ specifically mentioned abortion and euthanasia. Some things don't change. Some sins are original. The take-home message, better, the take to the legislature message is this: society needs to liberate doctors from being pressured to kill. As some of you may have heard, on May 25th, 2 weeks ago, the German Medical Association apologized for Nazi war-era crimes that were committed by doctors. What was significant there was not just blaming the Nazi government. Doctors were complicit, were involved in the whole process. And part of the apology, I'll quote here: The doctors were guilty, contrary to their mission to heal, of scores of human rights violations, and we ask the forgiveness of their victims, living and deceased, and of all of their descendants. It is important to know that the Hippocratic Oath was followed from the time it originated up until 1920, when the concept of lives unworthy to be lived came about. This is a stark example of organized medicine joining with government to perform bad medicine on the citizens. Here's hoping we can learn from their bad example. So I would like to end with some doctor's orders. Do what you can to strike down this mandate. Thanks for coming today. May God bless all your efforts.